hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Quaran-Tinder. I am Wink Massengale, coming to you live from the Bush Comedy Theater with my man, Dougie, as always. Dougie, I heard you got into hula hooping to make those hips move so you can be a better sexual partner. Tell us all about it.
I move them to the left and I move them to the right.
You know, there's not many other ways you can do that. I know that all of y'all out there are as excited to find out who won last week and who matched up to have a little Quaran-Tinder fun. I know I'm just as excited about it as you are. But tonight is about love making in the pandemic. I know that Dougie and I used to put on Seals, the album Seal, and dance to it naked, didn't we, Dougie?
Yep.
Dougie, I don't want to talk anymore because right now I feel like a flower that's screaming for a thorn. Why don't you go ahead and introduce that first contestant to us? I know she's lovely and I know you can't wait to do this. Dougie, give them all that energy you got.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first Quaran-Tinder contestant comes to us all the way from the Enchanted Forest. She's a princess. Please give it up for Miss Snow White.
Really? All right, Snow White from the Enchanted Forest. How are you, Snow?
Oh, Mr. Massengale, I'm so very, very pleased to meet you.
Oh my goodness, you really are Snow White. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How has it been for Snow White during this awful pandemic of 2020?
Oh, Wink, you don't know what it's like being trapped inside of a 200-room castle with 7 small men. Oh, the prince left. But now I'm ready to find new true love, a brand new prince for my heart.
Well, I can tell you that's one apple I'd like to bite on. So tell me a little bit more about you. What kind of man? You said there were 7 little men. Are you not into 7 little men?
They're very messy and far too small and very demanding. I've always really preferred more of a prince-like character, but, you know, I'm thinking it might be time to branch out. I'm hoping to find a villain.
Oh, I love this. You got a little bad girl side to you. Is that the kind of man you want to find tonight? Well, what is it about a villain that you really want to dig your teeth into and wake up? I don't even know if that's the right fairy tale, but what does that make you feel like?
I don't know. It's just I've always gone into the light, and I think I'm ready for some darkness.
No, I like this one, Dougie. She seems like she's coming to take a walk on the wild side. Dougie one time took a walk on the wild side, shaved his legs, and smacked his own ass at an ant farm, didn't you, Dougie?
Yep.
Forgot to mention this out there. A big happy birthday to Dougie. Dougie today is turning 59 years old.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Dougie, what'd you do for your birthday?
Hula hooping.
That's right. Now, let's get back to Snow White. Are you ready to get matched up on Quaran-Tinder so we can make it hurt so good down in the Enchanted Forest?
Oh, I'm ever so excited, Wink. Please, let's go.
Ooh, I'm ready as you are. Dougie, why don't you introduce that first video so we can see what Snow White can make happen in her castle pants.
Oh, this is my favorite. Cookies! Oh, that's good. Do you know what Cookie Monster like to eat? More than cookies? Oh, yeah. They look delicious. Cookie Monster really like to eat buttholes! So swipe right if you were Cookie Monster to lick your ass.
Oh my. He had
Well, holy butthole crack licking thing was that?
Oh
How did that
my.
make you feel, Snow White?
It made me feel things I've never felt before. Oh my.
So tell us, what was the thing about him that made you feel a little different down in your enchanted forest?
Well, first he seemed so soft and cuddly, and I do so very much like sweets, but the last part about the butthole, I didn't even know you could do that.
Well, I promise you, you can. Dougie one time did that to a camel in New Mexico, didn't you, Dougie?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, now, few things about that. You said he turned you on, made you feel a little bad and dirty down there, which makes sense because that's the kind of man you wanted. But was there anything about the fact that he could be diabetes and he's a bad voice actor that bothered you at all?
Oh, no, not at all. I actually like a man with a bit of a speech impediment. It's kind of fun.
So what are we thinking right here? If you had that man alone right now, what would you first have him do with you?
Well, lick my butthole, of course, Wink.
I like this girl, and I see why our sponsorship is on the downrodden. Hey, what are we thinking, Snow White? Are we thinking swipe right, swipe left? Or are we going to travel down the enchanted forest with the 7 dwarfs to the next one?
Oh, I'm so very interested in seeing more, but he looked like he might be a little messy. I'd like to see some more.
I don't blame you, not to mention he seemed like an emphysema kind of cookie monster. You heard a lot of, right? Glad we had that talk, Dougie. I think it's time to hit that next contestant so Snow White can get her princess on.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm a member of the Church of the Future Light, and I know what you're thinking, that's a cult. I thought the same thing, but then I asked Reverend Doug about it, and he said it wasn't. And after 3 days in the contemplation cage, I agreed with him. You get to stay on our compound. You'll be swiping on Reverend Doug. There are lots of fun jobs you can do. You can get a job in the cabbage fields. You can get work cleaning the sex shack, but I'm not allowed in there. It's only Reverend Doug. Oh, you can get fence detail. That's when you have to go outside with a stick and get all of the doubters off the fence. If you're a pretty woman, that means you get to work directly with Reverend Doug. You don't have to worry about where you're gonna live or what you're gonna eat. If you didn't have friends, now you've got like 300 friends that have to be your friend, or else they'll never get to see the Glass City. Oh, that's the FBI alarm. I gotta go. Remember, swipe on me for the Church of the Future Light. See you soon.
Holy light! Mr. Charles Manson himself would have loved that video. How did you feel about that man, Miss Snow White?
Well, I have always wanted to see the Glass City. My friend Cinderella has a crystal palace, but it's not so very big as my palace, so a Glass City might be better. And you know, he was sort of cute in a scary mirror sort of way, but I'm not sure. At the end, he had a gun, and I don't really like hunters.
No, I don't blame you right there. In my opinion, guns are for the bad people. It's just like Bob's Gun Shop down in the Neon District. Crazy people there, and that's a fairy tale I wish that wouldn't happen. Now, back to you, Miss Snow White. There were a few problems I had with it, but I'd love to see how you felt. It seemed like Reverend Doug did all the loving. Did that bother you at all, that he was sort of subservient to this other man that had this music that came on each time he popped on the screen?
Well, being subservient doesn't sound so very, very bad. I did like his neck tattoo. It seemed sort of dirty. But, you know, living already with 7 men, the idea of sharing with 300, it just doesn't sound that good. I don't know if he's for me.
Ooh, so I imagine that Tom Cruise wouldn't turn you on either, would he?
You silly. Everyone knows Tom Cruise isn't real.
Well, that's a good point, Snow White, because I can tell you he's about as short as one of your dwarves in the 7. Dougie, I know you made love to a dwarf. Talk to me about it.
It was fun.
Great. So Snow White, you're feeling a little bit on the fence here. So what I would like to ask you is, you want to go ahead and swipe right, swipe left, or get the hell out of Scientology?
I think I want to see another video.
That was a exactly good answer, because I know one time when I got into a cult, I ended up having a caribou stick me in the rear end. Dougie, hit that next video. Hi there, little fellers. My name is Sean Devereaux, owner of the Push Comedy Theater, and I have many names. Richard Dinkledick, aka Fish Stick Vander Douche. I'm a comedian, sort of. I've acted, sort of. I am known for my shoulders, my hair, and I was gonna write a script for Quaran-Tinder, but I figured, why bother? I couldn't be bothered. I teach comedy, and I give advice that people pay me for, where I just say things like, do good, suck less. My co-owner, Brad McMurrin, has carried me for years. If you're interested in someone who likes a lot of cats, Doctor Who, the Monkees, Hammer Horrors, or talking about nerds of comedy kind of stuff, swipe right. Yeah. And if you want to come out to one of my shows, I'm rarely on time. Oh, it was my birthday this week. Please wish me happy birthday, and yeah. Let me turn this off. That man seems deplorable. The first time I never enjoyed the last video. Snow White, your thoughts on this Sean Devereaux?
Well, I do like shoulders. Those were nice. And at the end, when his giant eyes were right in the screen, they were eyes. I like eyes, but
Go on.
I hate to say something unkind about someone on their birthday, but he seems a bit old for me.
I couldn't agree with you more. Dougie, do you have any thoughts on that man right there?
Yep.
Care to elaborate?
He had no hair.
That's very true. He said right there, Snow White, that he used the word a lot. Have you ever seen anybody have the word in the non-fluencies as much as that man?
It makes me wonder if he's possibly brain damaged.
Or
I'm a little
having
concerned
stroke.
for him.
I was worried about him too. Any thoughts to being with him at all?
Well, the shoulders are nice, really, really nice. And I mean, and it's his birthday, so maybe a birthday coffee, but ooh, I mean, I actually like better actors than that.
I don't blame you on that. I tell you, I'd rather make love to a snow cone in the middle of a desert. Now, we're at that crucial moment right now, Snow White, where we've got the 3 contestants for you, and you're going to have to narrow it down to 1. And the audience will decide if they agree with you on that next weekend. Pick you a Quaran-Tinder match.
Dear.
We're going to send you off to the waiting room right now, Snow White. I want you to go hang there tight and try not to dry up after seeing that last video. Dougie!
Thank you, Wink.
Oh, thank you, Snow White. You have been a pleasure of a woman. If I may say, I would kiss you in the mouth. I felt something there. Dougie, hit up those sponsors that I know you got for us. Hit it, Dougie.
All right, we have more Quaran-Tinder on the way, but first, a word from our sponsors. This episode of Quaran-Tinder is sponsored by Charged Particles Sketch Comedy and by the Ultimate Roasting Championship. Dougie got some sponsors. Dougie got some sponsors. All right, let's take a look at the winners from last week's Quaran-Tinder. First up, we had Lucy. You voted, and Lucy will be Quaran-Tindered with Harry Roddick. Congratulations to the happy couple. Then we had Lord Wendell Fogger. The votes are in, and Lord Wendell will be paired with Jesse. Congratulations to all our Quaran-Tinder couples. Now, let's get back to the show, but first, a word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Quaran-Tinder. I saw we had a couple sponsors this week, and I'm looking forward to that roasting battles coming up on Sunday at 5 p.m. And my particles are always charged for that kind of thing. Dougie, I know you charged your particles once with some jumper cables and that little dick. How'd that go for you?
Great.
Good input. It's time. I know those winners from last week had to be excited as to be Quaran-Tinder together because I would watch them make love. Yes, I would. But enough about me, Wink Massengale. It's time to get back to our next contestant that's coming on here that wants to be on Quaran-Tinder to find love during this awful corona. Dougie, hit us up with that contestant.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat for you this week. We call it a twofer. Our next contestants, they come from Georgia. Give it up for Sven and Jimmy.
Hello.
Sven and Jimmy, how are y'all?
Oh, we're doing like really good today.
Pretty great.
It seems y'all got a little dance vibe going on. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Okay, so like we are Sven and Jimmy, obviously, and we're like totally like identical twins who happen to be born like attached to each other or whatever. It's like no big deal.
Not only are we hip, we're conjoined at the hip.
Right. Well, actually, technically, we're conjoined at the nipple shoulder area, but that's fine.
It turns me on. I know that makes me a little bit of weirdo, but I'm into that kind of pornography. I know Dougie one time rubbed a nipple and ended up thinking it was a magic lamp. Dougie, how'd that turn out for you?
I got 3 wishes.
I love that about him. Back to the two of y'all. Where are y'all from again? I couldn't understand what he said.
Oh, we're from a small town in Georgia.
In Georgia?
Georgia.
Oh, sorry, my accent sometimes comes through a little bit.
Like in America, I see, and we're from that. And tell me, how has this awful pandemic been for you two swinging guys?
Well, it was pretty awful. We couldn't find a mask for both of us. Apparently, they don't make 2-person masks.
Right, but then eventually we kind of had the idea as like really smart. We just decided we have 2 heads, so we just each wear our own mask. It's like, why didn't we think of that?
You know, I'm no mathematician, but that almost makes sense. Hey, couple other questions I'd love to ask you two fellas right there is when y'all do make love, what in the hell is that like?
It's pretty much like you'd expect. We have a penis. You know, I'm not going to tell you otherwise.
Just one, though. And see, the penis, all the nerve endings are only attached on his end, So it's really sort of unfair for me because like I don't really have any other good fun times. But I usually end up getting stuck doing like the stuff he doesn't really want to do. Like I'm like the finger butthole guy, you know?
It seems to me that we've got a lot of buttholes. I just want to rewind for a second. Did you say that y'all are sharing a penis?
No. He has a penis, and I have no penis whatsoever. It's like the penis is on his side, and that's it. And so for me, whenever we're like making love or whatever, I just like, you know, I just have a free hand. So it seems like it always ends up in somebody's butthole. I don't know.
What a lovely story. And Dougie, you know how to pick the contestants here, but I don't want to judge any more than I've already done inside my head. I want to ask you two swinging guys one thing. Are you ready to get Quaran-Tinder tonight?
We are.
I can tell. I can tell you guys look like swinging guys. Dougie, I think it's time to go ahead and bring in that lucky girl that gets to share this one cocked teammates. Dougie!
Hello, Quaran-Tinder. Have you ever heard of a sugar daddy? Well, I'm kind of looking for one, but I look for something real specific. I look for a salt and vinegar daddy. These daddies love it when I complain to them because I'm a salt and vinegar baby. It's a special kind of man with a special kind of kink that wants a woman to complain at him, nag, vent. Oh, these men, they love it when I complain. They pay for everything. I'm looking for somebody really wealthy who can buy me lots of jewelry and maybe a Lexus. Oh, pardon me. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Scarlett O'Hara. My friends that are close to me call me Scarlett. I don't care because I just wait till tomorrow to think about things. Oh, fiddly-dee. You know, they have a very specific taste. They want me to be salty. Hi, Daddy.
You're gorgeous, Scarlett.
I know, so why are two damn cats in the yard and why did somebody make fun of my skirt and everything is complainy?
Oh, thank you for the complaint.
Yes, Daddy, yes. And unless your name is Rhett and Ashley, then I'll just say, oh, and I let you do all the venting. But most importantly, I love to be on Nextdoor app because that's where I find all the things to complain about. Cheers. Swipe right.
Oh, we will never grow hungry again. Never grow hungry again. That woman is gone with the wind and it seems like she wants to be with you. Gentlemen, how are we feeling about that lovely, southern, pretentious woman?
I just got to say, I'd like to get next door to her back door.
No!
Good one, Sven. No, I like it actually because the thing is, he could be salt, I could be vinegar. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, she wants a little salt and vinegar. Hey, we got 2 for 1 here. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's like a grab bag of potato chips there. I get all the references. Now, she had a lot of references to the old Margaret Mitchell. And I know it surprised you I have this kind of brain, but Margaret Mitchell book called Gone with the Wind. Now, she said she was only interested in Rhett and Ashley. Does that bother you at all?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Do you have anything to add?
Well, honestly, the amount of times she said daddy was awesome because there's 2 of us, so we can take double the daddy.
Right.
That's a good point. Like, if you look at my good friend and co-host on here, Dougie, he's been both a good dad and a deadbeat dad, so it makes sense. What are we thinking, gentlemen? Do we want to swipe right, swipe left, or do you want to see what's behind door number 2?
I love a good number 2.
Number 2 it is. Number 2.
No Civil War about that answer. We're going on to the next question, next contestant right now. Dougie, flip that next contestant like you do pancakes into your saucy little mouth.
Hi, it's Vivian. You remember me? I was online yesterday, but you wouldn't swipe right on me. It's a quarantine, right? Big mistake. Huge. I have to go swiping now.
That was quick and to the point, but ho, 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 pretty woman she was. walking down your street. Gentlemen, how do we feel about that video that for some reason I think Dougie may have cut in half?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I would wear that rack of condoms like this scarf.
Yeah, it'd be like really trendy and fashionable if we just like wrapped it all around our necks. You know what I mean?
I do. What happened to your accent, if you don't mind my bringing up Georgia?
You don't like my accent?
It didn't seem like it was there anymore. I didn't know if you kind of had lost it or something.
Listen here, Wink, okay? I don't come onto your show and insult your bad accent, okay?
I'm sorry, but you just look like you now went from somebody that was over in Europe down into some sort of, how do I put this, saucy American trashy woman. I like this. You've kind of adopted both of these things. How does that make you feel when he acts like that?
Well, honestly, we feel kind of the same because we're one. So whatever he wants to do, I'm going to do it.
Let me tell you something, Wink, okay? People do not always fit into whatever boxes you put them in, okay? I can be my own person while also being the same person as him, okay?
I'm not surprised that you're social worrying, but back to the point, if I can get down to a few things I'd love to ask you. Have you two gentlemen, because y'all seem like millennials, even seen the movie Pretty Woman?
Oh, yes.
No.
I knew one of you had, wait, how did one of you see it and the other one didn't?
We told you, he sleeps a lot and I work, and then I sleep while he works.
Makes sense to me. Did you find anything besides the condom as a scarf around your neck appealing to want to swipe right on that woman?
I like how fast she was because, well, we're pretty fast ourselves.
Also, she had on a hat, and obviously we are hat enthusiasts.
I see. So, gentlemen, moment of truth right now. We're going to swipe right, swipe left, or go on down Rodeo Drive, baby.
I say, put this car in drive.
Put it in drive, Wink.
I like the way y'all are talking. Y'all are some swinging dudes. I know that when I ended up going to Virginia Beach the other day, I made love to Neptune. Let's hit that next contestant.
Hello, my name is Mona Black, and I am here on Quaran-Tinder to meet a very, very nice kind of man. The kind of man that doesn't mind a little phlegm and cough at this time of year. I am a midwife. I have lived through many lives before, and I did survive the Black Plague. Please swipe right on Quaran-Tinder and let us talk of all the years.
Oh my gosh, I would bubonic plague her right in the asshole. How do y'all feel about that one?
Oh, Sven, I don't know about you, but I need a glass of warm water after that one. You know what I mean? Hubba hubba, am I right?
I can't wait to just choke right on.
Now, she said she had many lives. Did that turn you on or turn you off? Talk to me.
Well, we like cats, kittens, and anything like so. Anything with 9, little more, however many lives is perfect.
If you think about it, Wink, we have 2 lives ourselves, so.
You guys are as logical as a fart. Now, getting back to the point on this, what was the biggest turn on? Because I know right now, Dougie and I would have had a devil's threesome with that woman, wouldn't we have, Dougie?
Yep.
Good addition. Talk to me, gentlemen. Would y'all like to have a devil's threesome with that hot piece of meat?
Well,
I think she might get a little turned off by the fact that this devil's threesome only includes one devil penis.
But I'll tell you something. I haven't seen something that thick since I looked down at his wiener earlier today. Very wide, very short. You know what I mean? It's like a can of tuna.
I understand. Dougie's got a beer can between his legs, don't you, Dougie?
Yep.
Hey, gentlemen, we're at that moment because you're about to get Quaran-Tindered, and for one of you, apparently it's going to be a happy time. I'm going to go ahead and ask Dougie to stop for sponsors right now. Get ready with your one pick that you would have from this, and let's see if the audience agrees with you. But first, let's get a moment from our sponsors. Dougie, please tell me we have more sponsors than just the people that are on here promoting their own stuff. We are back from the special sponsors that didn't pay us any money this week, but I'm excited to see the shows. Remember, go and give a like to Charged Particles, or more importantly, subscribe to their YouTube channel, and go check out the Ultimate Roasting Championship with two guys that are pretty good actors. I don't know, they're okay actors, but we'll say this to them, they're good people from down south of Portsmouth. But now, this isn't about promotions tonight. No. This is about love, raw, naked love. And we're going to bring all of our contestants back to find out who they want to Quaran-Tinder with. Dougie, I know you've Quaran-Tindered with a turtle's dick before. How did it feel?
Great.
Hit those contestants, Dougie.
All right. Please welcome back to Quaran-Tinder, Snow White and Sven and Jimmy.
Yay! We are back! And I am sweating like a goose with a feather trap head. Let's start with Snow White. Snow White, it is the moment of truth. You've had all that time in the waiting room to think about who you want to Quaran-Tinder and pandemic with, or as we like to call it, pandicic. Yeah, I just made that up.
You're so clever, Wink. Well, I gave it so very, very much thought, and this is going to come as a surprise, but I just can't get those shoulders out of my head. I just think it's going to have to be Sean Devereaux.
Seriously?
Plus, older men are so very, very grateful.
You being serious right now? I'm breaking character. You would pick that guy? That is the ugliest man I've ever met in my life. And more importantly, he can't act his way out of a paper bag. And I caught him masturbating once, and it looked like he was shoveling around Play-Doh. Okay, Snow White, you've made your choice. I mean, I can promise you that's no prince. But let's see if the audience agrees with you. Snow White, try not to fuck the 7 dwarves. You said maybe. All right. Going back to our two people from Georgia. We have had the moment of truth. We're waiting on it right now. Tell us, two young gentlemen, what are we thinking?
Well, we like boobies, and bubonic plague just matches so well with that, you know, in the ear.
Right. Plus, I'm like really attracted to like a really effeminate jawline, right? And I really feel like Bachelorette number 3 had like a really effeminate jawline. Like you could tell she was like born as a true natural beauty with a very V-shaped chin. You know what I mean?
I do know what I mean. Just looking at you, I think there's nobody that knows a weak chin more than you, my friend. Now, talking out loud, if y'all have that love-making time with this Mona Black, what do you think a night like that would look like?
Well, I could tell that she didn't have a ton of teeth, so it's going to be pretty smooth, gliding type of night.
Love that chicken pepperoni.
I'm going to reach around and give her a very strong European-style bear hug like this. And once we pull her in close, I can reach around and maybe pinch her armpit hair.
That's a visual Snow White could even cream over, isn't it, Snow White? Well, thank you for that input, and I promise you, next week we're going to be back here, same time, same place, to find out who got Quaran-Tinder tonight. I can tell you, as just a host of this show, that it has been a pusher kind of night here, and the kind of night that you know that when two owners from this place, because I'm giving inside jokes right now, get picked, it must be a lonely time. To all the contestants, to everybody watching, the millions of people watching out there, on behalf of Dougie, I'm Wink Massengale, and telling y'all right now, we believe in Black Lives Matter. Wholeheartedly. All jokes aside, that's something we're very much behind, but we also believe in making love. Till next time, I'm Wink Massengale.
Bye-bye, everybody.